So this is rooting hormone. I don't know how it's supposed to work, but it's supposed to encourage rooting, and that's what we're trying to do here. Right, what I'm trying to do here is turn this into a paste, and it's not really working very well. It's not pasting up at all. There it goes. A little bit. So this is a rooting hormone, and what I'm trying to do, this is my squash tomato project. About 20 days ago, I started these tomatoes from seeds that I just squashed out of a cherry tomato onto a paper towel and then transferred the seeds. I didn't wash any of the goo off or anything like that because I was just flying by the seat of my pants, and I've since learned that this rooting hormone will help. So at this point in time, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take these little seedlings out. I've got 6 pots, and I've got 2 varieties that I chose. Here's 2 of the other ones, but and I butchered the other one trying to figure out how to get it out the easiest. But this is a San Marzano, a little cherry San Marzano, and this is a Russian heirloom brown berry. They're both cherry tomatoes. This one is an open pollinating tomato. I think this is a hybrid, so this may or may not do anything. But with this being open pollinated, that means bees can come do their business. Bees doing their business here might not result in anything, but here it definitely will because they're open pollination. So what I'm going to do, these are the pots that I'm going to put them in. I'm going to try and put them as deep as possible because that's how tomatoes like it. You can see the little hairs if you can. If you see the little hairs on the tomatoes, on the stem, each of those little hairs will grow a root when it's in contact with the dirt. So you want to bury these tomatoes like this one. It would be buried like this deep, maybe even deeper, and like pull these 2 leaves off and bury it even deeper, but at least that deep. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to treat this thing like a cake, and I'm going to slide my little IKEA knife down in here and try so I chose the San Marzano because we bought a full-size San Marzano and it's already out on the patio. And the full-size San Marzano, it's a paste tomato. That means that it's a meatier tomato, less juice. So Amy wanted a San Marzano. She wanted aroma, actually, so she could make bruschetta. And I was looking, and I saw that San Marzano was like aroma tomato. Now, so we got one of those, and that's why this guy is living. Girl, guy, whatever. Smack it on the butt. Smack it. Smack it. There we go. So now I'm just going to play with it until I can find 3 of them. If I can find 3 of them, then I can ease out of there. If you can see there, there's so many little tiny roots. I think I should have done this about a week ago, but quarantine being what it is, I didn't have the material to do it. This is really cool, by the way. It's tiny. This is the one that I'm going to use. So, nice root structure, or is it easier to see that way? So, now is it also easy to see the hairs on the stem? So this is why we made a paste. I'm gonna dip this, get it wet. Okay, I'll just dip it in there right there. Because I spilled a little. There's no sense in wasting it. Okay. Alright. Now, take some of this. Handy dandy craft brush. And I'm going to smear this. Great idea, Amy. This is working so well. Coat that sucker. Get it hormoning. Alright, so now I'll go about that deep. There we go. Alright. And this is seed starting mix, and it's a lot finer than the potting soil that I initially used to seed them with, because this is all I had. So this actually was my venture, my foray into gardening. I'm going to spray that with a, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to spray it or I'm going to water it later, but on to the next one. You can shut it down now. A few moments later. Okay, lessons learned from the 3 that I already planted. They came off very well. The second one and the third one were much, much easier than the first one. So now I'm going to work on my brown berry variety. This is the one that I've put a lot of hope into. This one. I was only going to keep one, And this one was the one that I was going to keep. So, it smells so good too. That's one of the things I didn't realize until I started smelling these tomato leaves, that, hey, memories come rushing back. We had a big tomato garden when I was a boy in Louisiana, but we didn't have a tomato garden like I have now. We had chilies too. Well, didn't have chilies like I have chilies now. Okay. Did it just like a cake. So now hopefully it'll pop out just like a cake. Come on. There we go. Oh, look at those roots. There's like massive root system for such young seedlings. I did this on the 8th of April. That's been about 20 days ago. So, all right, I'm going to start breaking this stuff apart. Go for that right there. Alright. Maybe that's a good one right there. So, I'm trying to tease all this dirt out, but it was easy enough last time. You hit it with a little water and it just rinses right out. There's one. There's 2 and 3. So that's all 3 of them. I'll move this out of the way a little bit. Get my chopstick. Get this stuff out. Alright, so I've got my rooting compound, or rooting hormone, mixed up into a kind of a, not really a paste, but a liquid. And then I'm going to lay out a line of this right here. Just a little bit. It's like baking soda. It floats on top of the water though. Okay, so I'm going to take my first seedling. I'm grabbing it right there at the leaves so I can get a good guesstimate of how deep I want my hole. About that deep. So I'm going to make the hole now. And it's not quite that deep. I'm going to have to fill it in with with a little bit of dirt. So I'm going to dip this in that, and then I'm going to rub it around in that. And if I'm not using this correctly, and you know the correct way to use this, if anybody who knows how to do this, if anybody's watching, contact me and let me know what I did wrong. Because I like learning. I've learned to do this in like 20 days. So, all right, you take the chopstick. I'm going to get it down, and you kind of push it down in there. Come on, you're not going down. All right. Didn't go as deep as I wanted it to, but I can fill that in with more potting soil, which I was planning on doing anyways. So that's number one. And let's do number two real quick. That's what I should have done. I should have put like a tablespoon of powder out and like 3 drops of water instead of the reverse. Painting this guy up. Girl, I can't get over calling them guys or girls. I can't figure it out. What should it be? They give me fruit. So, I don't know. Alright. So, looks like we're only probably going to get about that deep in there. There's regular potting soil in there, as well as this seedlings potting soil, because I had 6 pots and I didn't want to run out. So let's push you down. Awesome. Got a little bit deeper with that one, I think. So this was like $4 and change at Lowe's. It was hard to find because it's such a little bitty bottle and such a great big store. But yeah, I found it, and that's what I'm using. Yeah. See, you learn something new every day, or in this case, every 15 minutes or so. All right. All right. So, I think that I'm going to add a video about the rest of my garden. Give you guys a little tour of it. That one got in there real good. Give you guys a tour of my garden outside. It's happened also in the last 20 days. You know, I squashed some tomatoes out, and I was like, I wonder what's going to happen. And then this happened, and I want to. Basically, I'm going to keep 2 of these, one of these and one of those, if they actually do something. I wish I had more room because, I mean, look at this. You saw I took off one little clump, and I got my 3 right away. And look at how many more I've got here. If I had the room, I could, if these things produce, which I'm hoping they do, but I could have a greenhouse full of these things off of like. I don't know, I think it was like 3 tomatoes, maybe 4 tomatoes, because we ate some and they were good, and we squashed some, and well, look at that. I mean, they've got a really good root structure. I don't see any reason why this one isn't going to work out for me. I don't know about the San Marzano, but you know, I figured I would regret it if I didn't do anything about this. And nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I guess that's about it. Thanks for paying attention. A little longer than a few minutes later, possibly even the next day. All right, I'm finished with this project for the time being. I wanted to wrap up with all of them in a row there. I've got all 6 plants, 3 and 3, 3 San Marzano and 3 brown berry. I've got them under my light set here. I think I'm gonna just wait and see with these guys.